Hi, my name is Paula Garces, and today I'm going to be talking about undocumented students in the education system today. Did you know that nearly 100,000 undocumented students graduate high school every single year, but only 5 to 10% of those students actually attend institutions? I myself am an undocumented student and have experienced the challenges and burdens that every undocumented student has to face in order to apply to colleges, and therefore I think I am credible to talk on this. So, first off, there's no law that says that undocumented students can't apply to colleges, but there is many states that only allow students to pay out-of-state tuition if they are not a U.S. citizen. And they can apply for financial aid, including loans, grants, scholarships, and work study money. It's not offered to them. So, due to the lack of interest in the undocumented student community, a lot of them give up and stop striving for that better job, that better opportunity, and get stuck in those minimum wage jobs that pay under the table. So, for example, when I was applying to college, I was in my AVID class and I needed help filling out financial aid because I couldn't apply to FAFSA. And because I was the only undocumented student, my teacher said she couldn't help me and I had to look for help somewhere else, which sucked because I had been in AVID for 4 years trying to apply to colleges, and once it came to the moment, they weren't there to help me. So I think it's really important to act upon this because many young adults are giving up and leaving their dreams halfway because they don't have the same opportunities as others do. And because it is so expensive, they are then forced to leave their dream schools and apply to community colleges. And although there's nothing wrong with community college, a lot of these kids have way better dreams and they have better colleges that they are accepted into, but they just don't have the money to attend, and they have to choose the lesser option just because they are not a U.S. citizen. So Cameron Martinez Calderon conducted a study to analyze how undocumented students make sense of school based on 2 years of ethnographic research with 20 undocumented Mexican immigrant college students. She discovered, and I quote, "Study finds that undocumented students have decided to seek a higher education in an attempt to improve their chances for upward social mobility and incorporation to mainstream U.S. society. This shows how people on the line are hardworking and are hungry for success." As an undocumented student, I have seen many people in school drop out, but for me, I didn't have a second choice to lean on, so I always strive to keep my head in the game and keep striving for college. And that's how many undocumented students are. So there's no law that directly allows undocumented students to get a residency. And since President Barack Obama, Democrats have not been in control of immigration laws. And DACA was the first program that was passed by Barack Obama, and he gave the opportunity to more than 800,000 undocumented student youths by giving them residency that was only temporary while they were figuring out college and in order to get a job too. So DACA was taken off by current President Donald Trump, and this left all DACA recipients with fear of losing their residency and getting deported. And he cut the one strand of hope that we all had. When I turned 15 and a half, which is when you could apply, I was excited and I felt like I could finally accomplish all my dreams, but come to find out that my case was being processed and Trump pulls the plug a couple days before my case got processed. So I was stripped away from the chance of getting that residency that I wanted for so long, just so that I could get the financial help and go to my dream school, but I wasn't able to do that. So I think that if DACA were to become a law again and promise those with temporary residency permanent residency after completing college and finding a job, many undocumented students would have a much bigger drive and would have a sense of hope again. So DACA becomes a law, and permanent residency is accessible if you have met all the requirements. And this will give all those undocumented students, as I said, hope and an actual possibility of achieving their dreams. We can implement DACA by voting more Democratic representatives in the House and Senate in order to have more liberal ideas. We could go out and fight for the cause by protesting, and, you know, just be involved. Say your word, say your piece, and, you know, always try and be there for those that are undocumented. So this will obviously cost time and dedication, but I think we could all fight for this cause, because I think everyone should have the opportunity to go and attend to a college and not be stripped away from their dream just because they have no social security number and no money. So giving undocumented students a chance at prospering will allow them to have a good life and do everything legally and won't have to be running from the law. So in conclusion, DACA can be a great law enforced, which will have those students on their feet, making sure they accomplish what is at stake, or they could get their residency taken away. So if everyone gets involved by voting and standing up for what you believe is right, then I think we could overcome this. Remember, everyone has dreams, and we should not strip them from the endless possibilities ahead because they weren't born in the same place as you were.